This is for Chapter 11, Section 4, and we're going to be discussing Egyptian achievements. The Egyptians made lasting achievements in writing, art, and architecture, and obviously some of those are their pyramids that just intrigue historians still today. Their writing system used symbols called hieroglyphics, and the great temples were lavishly decorated, and they had art-filled tombs. Hieroglyphics is the Egyptian writing system. They were one of the world's first writing systems. Hieroglyphics was. The earliest known examples are from 3300 BC. The later Egyptians learned how to make papyrus, which was long-lasting paper-like material made from reeds, and the scribes were the ones who would write on the papyrus using brushes and ink. They used more than 600 symbols. The hieroglyphics could be written in any direction. So as you can see, these go down, but sometimes they do also go across. And here are some of if you're going to write your name in hieroglyphics, and we might get a chance to do that. These are the pictures that you would show. So for Bazidlo, the first letter being B, I would draw that right there. The Rosetta Stone is very important in our overall history and how we were able to decipher what people were writing about. People have known about hieroglyphics for centuries, but they did not know how to read them. So in 1779, a French soldier found the Rosetta Stone. Now, just to give you an idea, 1779, that is shortly after the American Revolution, when we became independent from England. Just to give you an idea of where that is with our history. The Rosetta Stone was a huge stone slab inscribed with hieroglyphics, Greek, and a later form of Egyptian. Because the message in all three languages was the same, scholars who knew Greek were able to translate the hieroglyphics. And this is a picture of the actual Rosetta Stone that is on display. Egyptian text, because papyrus did not decay in Egypt's dry climate, many ancient texts are still around and they were able to survive. They include some that have government records, science text, medical manuals, and literary works. One of these includes the Book of the Dead, which talks about the afterlife and what Egyptians could expect in their afterlife. The temples were lavishly decorated. They were homes of the gods, and people worshipped, offered gifts, and asked for favors at the temples. Some common features that were seen in the temples, they had rows of stone sphinxes. That was an imaginary creature with the bodies of lions and the heads of other animals or humans. Sphinxes would line the entrance path to the temple. The entrance was a huge, thick gate, and on either side, they might stand an obelisk, and an obelisk is a tall four-sided pillar that is pointed on top. And the inside was lavishly decorated with huge columns supporting the roof, often covered with paintings and hieroglyphics like the walls. Right here is an obelisk, and here. This is just an example of a sphinx. This is from the Luxor Hotel in Las Vegas, so this is not actually in Egypt, but just to give you an idea of what it looked like, I included that. Here's the Sphinx here. See, they're all lined up, and here's the entrance to the temple. Many of Egypt's greatest works were created to fill the tombs of pharaohs and nobles because they believed the dead could enjoy them in the afterlife. They had stonework with huge statues and detailed carvings, and they had jewelry that was made for men and women out of gold and precious stones. The paintings, the artists painted on tomb and temple walls, canvas, papyrus, pottery, plaster, and wood. The subjects included historical events, major religious rituals, and scenes from everyday life. More important figures are large and are larger than the less important people. So the more important something is, the larger it's going to be in these paintings, and then not so important will be smaller little figures. And here's an example of some of them. All right, and that, I did not realize, concludes our notes and discussion on Egyptian achievements for this chapter and this section. You can go ahead and fill in the notes activity that was most likely assigned with this. If you have any questions, please let me know.